Hello, Marcus Lim here, and firstly I wanted to say Merry Christmas, the holiday season again. And this book actually has a loose connection to Christmas, which I'll get to a bit later. But this is Daredevil, Guardian Devil, so this is a gallery edition. There have been lots of collections in the past, hardcovers, softcovers, but this is the first time that this series is collected in gallery edition. So it collects the original series published way back in 1998, not even 2000, 1998. So this was issue 1, the iconic cover by Joe Quesada, and yeah, obviously it's also by Kevin Smith is the writer. So this is issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So all 8 issues that were written by Kevin Smith and illustrated by Joe Quesada, inked by Jimmy Palmiotti. Okay, and yeah, at the time it was a really big deal. This was the first title of the Marvel Knights imprint, right? And yeah, it really put Joe Quesada, the artist, on a map, and he subsequently became editor-in-chief of Marvel. And Kevin Smith, also a big deal. He was like well-known filmmaker, and so it was a big deal at the time to have a filmmaker go and write comics. It happens a lot these days, but at the time it was a big deal. But yeah, he did a really great job with these 8 issues. So again, here it says collecting Daredevil number 1 to 8, which I was showing you before. It also has a number half issue, which I don't have. It was actually came with Wizard magazine number 96 back in the day. Okay, yeah. So it says here, right? Marvel Knights imprint's first offering, a modern classic. Kevin Smith's transition from writing acclaimed screenplays to comics. That's what I was saying before, right? Film to comics. Yeah, so let's have a look at this gallery edition. Okay, and I think the first thing that I wanted to also mention is the size, right? You've already seen the size. Yeah, it's between regular comic book issue and the gallery, but it's actually also a little bit bigger. Here is my absolute Batman Year One. You can see that it's actually slightly bigger as well than the absolute edition. So yeah, so it really allows the artwork to breathe. But let's get into the book. So Daredevil, Guardian Devil. Okay. So Kevin Smith, Joe Quesada, Jimmy Palmiotti. Starts with an introduction by Joe Quesada, and this is from the 2008 hardcover. Alright, Kevin Smith changed everything. Okay, so that's the first issue right there, right? So amazing artwork. Amazing artwork by Joe Quesada. And you can tell that just from looking at this that it's quite a verbose like comic book. Lots of words, right? Kevin Smith is known for words, even in his films, so it's no surprise that there's a lot of words to read. But there's also really gorgeous artwork as well. So by Joe Quesada, a very expressive and dynamic artwork. Okay, so yeah, read, take it slow, and savor the artwork. Regarding the story itself, has many twists and turns, right? Many twists and turns, but the main, I guess, central mystery is surrounds this boy boy that was left at Matt Murdock's doorstep by this teenage girl, right? So apparently of immaculate conception, virgin birth, and that's where the Christmas connection comes in, right? So is this boy the second coming and all that sort of question? There's this mysterious figure who appears, Nicholas Maccabees, I think is his name, who is also interested in the child as well. So who is the child? And I guess it really does fit in well with I guess the whole faith-based character, which is Matt Murdock, Daredevil, who obviously he has a Catholic upbringing, right? By the way, that's Karen Page is one of the main characters. Foggy Nelson obviously is in the story as well. So they are all in the story. There's a lot of story elements, but all the story elements do come together in the end. But yeah, there's a lot of character developments, like for Karen Page. She apparently got AIDS in the story. There's this character called Bao as well, right? But by and large, this is as I mentioned just now, right? Quite a big emphasis on faith, right? And that's his mom actually, and like Matt Murdock's faith being challenged. And I would say that the best Daredevil stories, like Frank Miller's Born Again, for instance, they all, that's Bullseye, as I said, there's a lot of twists and turns. Yeah, the best Daredevil stories that's Doctor Strange. The best Daredevil stories, they do put Matt Murdock to the test, right? Put his faith to the test. Him having to overcome insurmountable odds, for instance, is one of the best. So like for Born Again, that's what they put him through, and Kevin Smith is in a way doing like sort of like a sequel to that, right? Actually, I should mention that. Oh, let me backtrack a bit. Yeah, iconic scene of Karen Page's death. Yeah, so Kevin Smith actually killed her off in this story. Yeah, it was a pretty big deal at the time. Probably not everybody liked this development, but yeah, he did it. What else to be said? Well, so finally the identity of this Nicholas Maccabees is revealed to be Mysterio himself. So he's the one pulling all the strings actually. And it turns out that the baby isn't what his what Matt Murdock was led to believe, which is kind of obvious if you think about it. I mean, for a man of faith, Matt Murdock should have known, from the Bible, that the second coming of the Savior would not be in the form of a child. He would be as judge, jury, executioner. Well, but there you go. So the final issue, number 8, is an epilogue of sorts, right? So there's the funeral for Karen Page. It's a moving scene saying there are no words, and interesting, dialogue exchange between Daredevil and Spider-Man, Peter Parker. So this is quite a memorable, Daredevil story. Kevin Smith is, done a great job paired with Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti. But I think that's it. He doesn't do any more Daredevil's comics after this, when David Mack takes over and then Brian Michael Bendis. But here's the Daredevil number half issue, and this gives a little bit more background about the pact that Mysterio made with Kingpin. Well, Mysterio wanted to know all about Daredevil from Kingpin. But this also functions as like a sort of like a origin story and a bit of a recap of everything that's taken place up to this point in time. So it's pretty cool. Not really like a comic book. It's more like prose with artwork. But yeah, it's a nice little thing to round off the whole package. And then we have an afterword by Kevin Smith. This is from the 2000 trade paperback. Another introduction by Ben Affleck, who played Daredevil in that movie 2000. So that's trade paperback. And then Tom Sullivan 2003 hardcover introduction. Here is a variant cover, which also happens to be the cover of the gallery edition. So, and then more variant covers. So number 2 for number 1 to 3 collected edition cover, and that's the number 5 variant. Interesting. So the one I have, let me bring that one out. So this is actually a variant, it looks like. And here's the Wizard number 86 cover, and Wizard number 203 cover, and some sketches by Joe Quesada. I think that's Black Widow. Yeah, Black Widow. Some pencil pages, right? Pencils, more pencils, and that's it. So there you go. So Daredevil, Guardian Devil, by Kevin Smith, Joe Quesada, Jimmy Palmiotti, the gallery edition. Maybe one more thing to note is that, like, let's say I flip to this page. I think the gallery edition actually shows off more of the artwork than you actually were able to see, you know, in the like original comic books. So for instance, yeah, you can see, for instance, right, you can see a lot more of the artwork, just a little bit more, like at the top, the singles, it's sort of cut off in the original comic book. So because the gallery edition, like, it's taller in a way, so because of that you actually see more of the top and the bottom. So yeah, that's just something to take note of. But in any case, this is a you know, I think this story totally deserves the gallery edition treatment. It's a story, even though it's already 25 years ago, long time, but still holds up very well, and definitely still worth a look, right? It was one of the comics that ushered Marvel into the 21st century, and yep, definitely worth checking out. So hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.